Let's pick the West. Last year it was the Mavericks riding an unlikely wave all the way to the title. The Lakers, we know that they've lost some pieces. The Clippers have improved. You've got Memphis and Oklahoma City coming strong. Who's in the Western Conference Finals, Stephen A?
I'm going with Kevin Durant and the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Okay.
I think they're going to the finals.
Oh, they're going to win the West.
I think they're going to win the West.
Wow.
I think Kevin Durant is a superstar. I think the only problem with Kevin Durant is that he's skinny. If this boy ever puts on weight, let me tell you something right now. He'd be a more unstoppable offensive force than LeBron James, because LeBron James can't touch him from the perimeter.
Right.
In terms of his ability to hit perimeter shots, he can't touch him. It's just that he's skinny, and so you wonder when he gets hit with one of those elbows or something, whether or not it'll hurt him. But Kevin Durant is a superstar. I think Scott Brooks has done an exceptional job coaching him. Ibaka and Kendrick Perkins. Kendrick Perkins looked awful last year, but he was injured. He was coming off the injury. Couldn't work on his body the way that he would like to.
He dropped a bunch of weight.
He dropped a bunch of weight. I watched him in preseason last night. He looked good. He's a good dude. I like Kendrick Perkins a lot, so I'm wishing him well. And I just think that even though Russell Westbrook is a bit erratic as a point guard, and I will confess that, I am a fan of Russell Westbrook. I am a fan of his talent. He's not the point guard Darren Williams, Derrick Rose, Chris Paul is. We all know that in terms of his decision-making. But that will come. But his ability, meaning his athletic ability and his ability to play the game, I think can rival any point guard in this game. So you look at them right now, and again, Kevin Durant is not just a superstar. I don't use the word unstoppable very often.
No.
But this kid, when he's on, you cannot stop him. There is no answer. This dude can pull up from 35 feet, Jay. I'm just telling with ease. He can pull up. It's going down. He's got that kind of Jay.
Who do they play in the Western Conference Finals?
Wow. I didn't even want to admit it on national TV, but I'm going to say it. Earlier today, I was talking about the Memphis Grizzlies because I forgot that Darrell Arthur, injured himself 2 nights ago.
Achilles out.
Achilles out. He's gone for the year. And I don't know why I forgot about them, Shane Battier going to Miami, but I did.
A lot's happened
with those two alone. I love the fact that Rudy Gay is coming back, because I think Rudy Gay is a big-time player, too. He's not a superstar like Kevin Durant now, but he can ball. He's not a scrub. He can ball.
Yeah.
With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I can't believe I'm saying this. The Los Angeles Clippers will be in the Western Conference Finals against OKC.
Wow. That is a big-time change of the guard.
The Los Angeles Clippers. I think Dallas has gotten softer and lost its edge by losing Tyson Chandler. I think they lost one of their primary shooters in Peja Stojakovic, J.J. Barea, willing to make things happen. I think those are tremendous losses. I think Mark Cuban's got his ring. Now he wants to be competitive for this year so he can come back after the title next year and beyond once he gets one of those marquee, once he thinks he's going to get one of those marquee free agents in the offseason. I think the Lakers have gotten considerably weaker. It is one thing not to get Chris Paul and to stand pat, but to let go of Lamar Odom, you have made yourself considerably weaker, and as a result, it's Kobe, it's Pau Gasol, it's Andrew Bynum, and then I'm looking at the rest of their roster. Outside of Derek Fisher, I barely know who anybody is. I know Metta World Peace because he changed his name and he was on Dancing with the Stars. I know Matt Barnes.
And now he's on the bench.
That's right. And I don't think that's a wise move. I don't think that's a wise move. Matt Barnes, I like him, but he is what he is. There's nobody else on the Lakers even worth mentioning. And I don't want to hear about Josh McRoberts. Last time he was relevant to me was when he was at Duke. I'm not disrespecting him. I'm not saying he can't play. Okay, he's no Slava Medvedenko.
Jay,
but
do I get to speak in this segment? I just wonder, do I ever get to make a
Go ahead.
No, you finished.
I'm just saying.
So you got the Clippers because?
Because Chris Paul is sensational, and Chauncey Billups being at the 2 with him, having that guard play, that leadership, and DeAndre Jordan. I think he showed you he'll be stealing some highlight reels from Blake Griffin.
Okay.
I got the Clippers in the Western Conference Finals against OKC.
Top that, Skip.
Okay, I agree with you about the Thunder getting.
You should agree with me about everything, but go ahead.
You know how I feel about Kevin Durant. He is my favorite player. He is a superstar. But his problem isn't that he's skinny. His problem is Russell Westbrook. That's his problem. Because when it's time, when they do get to the Western Conference Finals or even into the playoffs in general, it's going to be who gets to shoot at this time. Russell, who's got the ball in his hands as he dribbles it up the floor. I don't love the dynamic. I said trade him straight up for Chris Paul, and you're going to win an NBA championship. They did not do that because they believe in Russell Westbrook, and I don't. So I can't get them past the Western Conference Finals. So now I say, who else is going to be in the finals? The Clippers. Okay, so Chris Paul is going to make a difference in 18 games under 500 that they were last year to what? 18 games over 500 that they're going to need?
Quite possibly.
Yeah. I'm not seeing it. I'm sorry. And that backcourt of those two guys, two small guys, they're going to defend whom?
But I don't think it takes that much, you know, that you don't have to be 18 games over 500. Get to the postseason, and it's a new season.
Yep. I agree with everything you said about Dallas. I'm not buying this time. I can't quite buy Memphis for the reasons you gave. So I'm looking at the West for the first time in forever being wide open.
Yeah.
Seriously. Well, you can make cases. So by default, it leaves me thinking about the team that won the most games in the West last year. Who was that team?
Are you going there?
That team was called the San Antonio Spurs.
You're going there.
They're still sitting there. And I got a little news flash for you, Mr. Smith, if you want to do your homework on this one and verify. Tim Duncan got in the best shape of his life in the offseason. He came in 15 pounds lighter. He came in way better cardio shape than he's ever been because he realizes the window is not quite closed, but it's got one more inch in it. One more inch before it closed. One last hurrah. Manu did not play internationally in the offseason. Manu is ready to rock. And what happened last year? After they dominated the West and won the most games in the final regular season game, Manu got hurt. He had to wear a giant dark brace. Remember that one?
Yeah.
A big old clunky black brace on his arm?
Yeah.
And he couldn't play in the first game against Memphis. They caught Memphis when Memphis was crazy hot. Zach Randolph out of his mind. It took that to eliminate my San Antonio Spurs.
You mean it took that to eliminate them in the first round?
Okay,
you
but
act
they
like
didn't have Manu.
You act like they were running through the
Okay.
Western Conference,
Okay,
and then all
wait
of
a
a sudden
second.
somebody stopped them. No, it
Yeah,
was
wait
the
a
first
second.
round. Okay,
Wait.
they didn't even get a chance to pass gas before this offseason was done. Okay, before they was getting it all.
Wait, did you
was
just
done.
say that? Did you
That's
really
what I
just
just
say
said.
that?
Yes, I did say it. Okay.
Between that and wet the bed, I just don't know what to do with you. That's all I ever hear
The
from
fact of the matter is you're walking around here acting, you know, like, oh my goodness, they were running roughshod throughout the Western Conference, and then
They
Memphis
did.
said, halt. No. The
Yes.
minute the playoffs began, Memphis said,
No,
okay.
Manu.
Memphis said, okay, it's the postseason now. We get to actually play y'all in a 7-game series. We get to actually figure y'all out. You don't get to sit there and play you one night and then miss out on you the next. No. They figured them out, and they bounced them out of there. You know why? Because Marc Gasol with the beef. Because Zach Randolph looking like the second coming of Willis Reed.
Okay, I got a
Because
name
of
for
Conley
you.
and all of these
I got a
boys.
name
And
for
they
you.
did it without-
I got a name.
Go ahead.
Tiago Splitter.
Oh.
You can laugh all you want. Yes, you want. He'll be making fun. Go ahead. Make fun of it. Go rush on Nesterovich on me. Go, Tiago Splitter. He'll be laughing. Let's see how much
the
you laugh.
name alone says it all.
Yeah.
Tiago Splitter. Well, I
We'll
will say
see.
this. It's appropriate considering that we're talking about the Riverwalk. Nevertheless, what I'm going to say to
Tony
you.
Parker
Oh,
in his prime.
listen,
Yeah.
I have nothing but respect for the.
Thank
Listen,
you.
let me say this.
Thank you.
The Spurs are a first-class organization.
Yeah.
You won't find a bigger fan of Greg Popovich and R.C. Buford than me. I respect that organization. I respect what the San Antonio Spurs have done. They're just old. Now, the only other thing I want to add is this. You bring up Manu Ginobili, the absence of him. Memphis beat him without Rudy Gay.
But Rudy
Sorry.
Gay would have ruined their chemistry
You
last
must
year.
be crazy.
I'm not. Watch what happens.
You're going to be disrespectful
Watch
to Rudy
what
Gay now.
happens to
You're going to be
Rudy and Zach
disrespectful.
Randolph. Watch what happens.
You're going to be disrespectful
Yes.
to Rudy Gay now?
Yes.
Excuse me, Rudy Gay
Yes.
elevates that franchise. They
So
don't take
pick
away
him.
from
Have the guts to pick him. You
Absolutely.
backed out of your pick on Memphis?
Because it takes depth. It ain't gonna require all of that to beat San Antonio.
Yes,
it
it
will
will.
require all of that to get to the finals.
Who does San Antonio play in your finals? You never got
The
around to
Oklahoma
that.
City Thunder, and we will see Durant and Westbrook
okay,
at
yeah.
each other's throat, and by
Hold on.
default,
Oh, I'm
by
sorry,
default,
I'm sorry. You're saying, hold on, wait. You're saying that the San Antonio Spurs are gonna beat OKC?
you heard it here
Oh my
first.
God! Oh my God! Oh my God!
You heard it first.
When Skip loves, he loves hard. He loves real
Oh
hard.
my Lord! I'm choking. I'm
All right.
choking. Hilarious.